Queen Elizabeth II, the longest reigning monarch in British history, led a life full of remarkable achievements and fascinating details that went beyond her royal duties. While she was one of the most recognizable figures on the planet, many surprising and lesser-known facts about her life and reign continue to captivate people worldwide. From her military service during World War II to her personal quirks and global influence, Queen Elizabeth's legacy is filled with interesting stories that showcase her unique position as both a leader and an individual. Here are some of the most unexpected facts about Queen Elizabeth II. But before, don't forget to like and subscribe. The Queen didn't need a driving license or passport. Unlike most people, Queen Elizabeth II did not require a driver's license or passport. Both documents were issued in her name, meaning she was exempt from needing them. As the sovereign, she was the only person in the UK allowed to drive without a license. The Queen was the most well-traveled British monarch in history. During her reign, Queen Elizabeth II visited over 100 countries, more than any other British monarch in history. Notably, she traveled to Canada 22 times and France 13 times, showcasing her extensive diplomatic and ceremonial engagements. The Queen indirectly owned a Greggs bakery. Through the British Crown's estate holdings, the Queen owned or partially owned 14 retail parks and 3 shopping centers, one of which included Gallagher Retail Park in Cheltenham, home to a Greggs bakery. The Queen had a private ATM at Buckingham Palace. Despite rarely needing cash, the Queen had a private ATM installed in the basement of Buckingham Palace, courtesy of Coutts Bank. The ATM was for exclusive use by the royal family. The Queen volunteered as a truck driver in World War II. Before becoming Queen, Princess Elizabeth served in the military during World War II as a truck driver and mechanic. She became the first female royal family member to serve in the armed forces. The Queen used ration coupons to buy her wedding dress. Due to post-war rationing in 1947, Princess Elizabeth had to use ration coupons to purchase the material for her wedding dress. The government provided her with 200 extra coupons to help with the expense. The Queen often washed her own dishes. Though known for her association with wealth and luxury, Queen Elizabeth II was occasionally spotted washing her own dishes. Royal insiders have recalled her taking on this household task after meals. The Queen sent over 300,000 cards to royal fans. As part of her duties, the Queen sent out over 300,000 congratulatory cards to people celebrating their 100th birthdays and over 900,000 messages to couples marking their 60th wedding anniversaries. The Queen owned over 30 corgis. A lifelong lover of corgis, Queen Elizabeth II had over 30 of them throughout her life. Many of her corgis descended from her first, Susan, a gift on her 18th birthday in 1944. Throughout her life, Queen Elizabeth II sat for over 200 official portraits, both painted and photographed. The first portrait of her was commissioned when she was just 7 years old. Queen Elizabeth was known for her very specific morning routine, which included a bath with exactly 7 inches of water. This precise measurement was checked daily by her maid with a thermometer. On October 20, 1973, the Queen officially opened the Sydney Opera House, one of the most recognizable landmarks in Australia. The Queen carried out over 21,000 royal engagements. During her 70-year reign, Queen Elizabeth II was extremely dedicated to her royal duties, completing over 21,000 public engagements, making her one of the busiest monarchs in history. The Queen sent a message to the moon. To commemorate the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969, Queen Elizabeth II sent a pre-recorded message to the astronauts, which was left on the moon in a metal container. The Queen spoke fluent French. Her Majesty was fluent in French and often used the language during diplomatic visits and official audiences, highlighting her linguistic skills and commitment to international relations. Extra, the Queen held several world records. Queen Elizabeth II was the longest reigning monarch in British history, surpassing her great-great-grandmother Queen Victoria. She also held records for being the oldest British monarch, the person featured on the most currencies, and the wealthiest queen globally.